guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing my September favorites for you all. I have beauty favorites, I have skincare favorites, I've got even a food favorite. So if you are interested to know what I've been loving in the month of September, then please keep on watching. All right. So aside from coffee, there's a few things I have been loving this month. I'm thinking we could start with some skincare. So as you can see, this is basically empty. This is my Caudalie Vinoperfect Radiance Serum. I've been using this every day for the past month, if not a little bit longer. It did last me more than a month for sure. And I use that in the morning for like skin prepping before I go in with makeup. So I've been absolutely loving that. If you guys haven't played with it before, it's got a really smooth consistency. It sinks into the skin very quickly, which I like for prepping the skin. So I've been loving that. Next is another empty, my Youth to the People Kale and Spinach Moisturizer. Sorry, Kale, Spinach, and wait. Kale and Spinach Green Tea Hyaluronic Acid Moisturizer. That's a long name. I always just say Kale and Spinach Moisturizer. But anyways, I've been super loving this. Completely empty. I've been scraping the sides of it. I really want to get myself another one. But this guy's super hydrating despite the fact that it is a gel consistency. Once again, I really like lightweight consistencies before I put makeup on. I don't know why, like I have really dry skin, but for whatever reason, I have been loving those two combined as well. I feel like it just gives me the perfect amount of hydration, so my foundation isn't looking, you know, janky or anything like that. Speaking of foundation, why don't we do that next? So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you saw that I did post about this. This is the Milk Makeup Flex Foundation Stick. So this foundation is a medium coverage, and it does have more of like a soft matte finish. So it's not completely matte, but it's not dewy either. I would say it's like right in the middle, kind of like a satin. I've been really liking this foundation, I'll be honest with you. I'm not super into stick foundations usually, but I don't know, I just feel like this guy, it glides on super easily, and it blends out really nice as well. Like, for a stick foundation, I feel like a lot of times I'm concerned about it being too drying on the skin, or it's not going to blend out very easily, because naturally it's a stick foundation, so it's stiffer. Like, it's a stiffer formula because it has to stay in a stick shape. So I got a little concerned about that, but I thought I would give it a go anyways. I love it. So I've been going in with this foundation without a primer. I just feel like I don't need a primer with this foundation. I find that it wears well throughout the day as long as I'm prepping my skin with my serum and moisturizer before I go in. And I feel like for me specifically, I get a lot of redness around like the bottom of my jaw here. I mean, I get it on my cheeks as well, but this is where I don't want it to be. You know, like I don't care if my cheeks get red, a little bit flushed. It just looks like, you know, extra blush. Like, that's not a big deal to me. But when it gets red around here is what I hate. I find that the Milk stick doesn't cover that quite as well as I want. So then what I do is I go in with my Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Concealer, which is another favorite of mine. This has great coverage. Like, I love this. And I love that it's like a huge doe foot applicator as well. I feel like that makes it super easy for it to be multi-use, which it claims it is, right? So you can use this all over your face as a foundation if you want to. You can use it under the eyes just as a concealer, or you can spot conceal with it. So I think that that's great that it has that large applicator, because then it does make it easier to be multi-use. And I find that that covers up the redness down here really well for me. I do use it under my eyes as well, but I just use a very tiny amount, because if you guys don't know, my under eyes are really dry. This concealer, it doesn't settle in the lines like when I set it down with a powder, but I just find that if I put too much of it, it can tend to make my under eyes look a little bit dry, which I don't like. But all in all, I've been absolutely obsessed with that concealer this month, and I've used it pretty much every day, if not under my eyes, at least on the bottom of my jaw here to kind of hide that redness. Speaking of another concealer here, I have been really enjoying the MAC concealer, and this is the Studio Finish concealer. It just comes in this kind of pot, and so you can either use like your finger in here or use a brush, whatever you're more comfortable with. And I just feel like this is something that I use on my no makeup days, where if I'm, running to the grocery store and I don't have makeup on, but I have got, breakouts or something like that, this I feel like blends into the skin seamlessly so that it just looks like skin, which is perfect for when you're not wearing foundation, because the last thing you want is to have a blemish and you've covered it up with concealer and then that concealer to just be noticeable, because then people know that you covered a blemish. So I feel like in that sense, it's really, really great for even hiding like some under eye bags. I'll go in with that, and I'll actually take it on my Sigma Precision Round Brush, which is the P82. And I'll just kind of dip here. I'll even show you. So I'll just kind of like dip it in there lightly like that. And then I just kind of stipple it under the eyes or on any blemishes, and it just hides them. And I find I don't need to go in with powder on top of it, as long as I'm using just like a light amount. I love it, particularly for my no makeup days. Let's move to the eyes. So I have two eyeshadow palettes to talk about here. First, let's talk about the Too Faced Natural Lust palette. So this palette was released pretty recently. And you guys, just like, I mean, those are stunning shades, right? Like, we can't deny that. There's like nice rosy tones in here, like these guys. And honestly, like pinks and rosy tones are like my jam. Like I love them. There's something about it. And you guys, the shimmer shades in here are absolutely stunning. And I've been using that a lot this month, especially for days when I just like don't feel inspired, I don't know what to do. I'll grab that palette because there's so many shades in there, and I always like the way my looks turn out with that palette. All right, the next eyeshadow palette that I have been loving in the month of September is actually the Huda Beauty New Nude palette. If you work with me, you know that I love this palette. 99.9% of the time, somebody asks me, what are you wearing on your eyes? It's the Huda New Nude palette. Once again, it is an eyeshadow palette that has a lot of those rosy tones to it. I've already hit pan on this guy. So this color in particular, I am obsessed with. There's just something about it. It's like purple, but like, it's like not too pink, but it's not too purple. I just love it. And that's actually what I have on my eyes today. And the shimmers in here are absolutely stunning. And same with the pressed glitters. Like, these glitter shades are really, really gorgeous. Like, stop it. That is so pretty. I will say with the glitter shades, you do kind of have to go in with some kind of glitter glue or something like that. All in all, that eyeshadow palette is something that I use when I don't know what kind of look I want to do. Once again, something that when I'm feeling uninspired, I don't have any ideas for my makeup, I will pull that out. Kind of similar to the Natural Lust palette from Too Faced. Same idea. I always love the way it turns out. The eye look that I'm wearing right now is from the Huda New Nude palette. So if you guys like pink colors and purpley kind of tones and softer nudes, I guess, I think that you'd really, really like that palette as well. And I know it's so expensive, but I think that truly, for me at least, it was 100% worth it. I'm already sad that I might run out of that purple shade that I've hit pan on. So yeah, if you can like fork over the cash for it, I think it's 100% worth it. Also, Christmas is coming too, so ask somebody to get it for you. I don't think you'll regret it. I really, really highly recommend that one. Next, I have a mascara favorite. So this is the Too Faced Damn Girl Mascara. Now, I have a couple things to say about this guy. First of all, check out the wand. It's like a massive, massive wand. So I like that. Whew. I'm so thirsty. Oh, I feel like when I film these videos, you guys, I get so thirsty. Probably because I always am drinking coffee, but you guys, I have coconut water too, okay? I'm trying to stay hydrated here. Also trying not to ruin my lipstick. Okay. All right, so with the Too Faced Damn Girl Mascara, it is a massive wand, and I feel like that's part of what's so great about it. Like, yes, it is hard to, you know, get your inner corner lashes, which is why I have another mascara favorite for that very reason. But I just feel like it's one of those mascaras that I don't have to spend, you know, 15 minutes building it up to get what I want out of my lashes. I feel like you go in with one coat, sometimes two coats, and you've already got that like volume and that drama that everybody craves in their lashes. Then I typically go on top with my Benefit Roller Lash. This is not a new mascara. This is something that I always love, particularly because of the wand on it. It is one of those plastic wands, and it does have a little bit of a scoop to it. So I find that it does really lift the lashes and curl the lashes as well. And I'll go on top of my Damn Girl with this mascara just to kind of separate the lashes a little bit in case they got kind of clumped together with how large the Damn Girl wand is. So this will kind of separate it, and then I can get, you know, kind of right in the inner corners with it. Love it. Amazing. And then lastly, because I'm so extra, I have a mascara for my bottom lashes, and that is the Pixi by Petra mascara. And this one has a teeny tiny little wand that I can use to get right in my bottom lashes without smudging it everywhere. And I feel like since I've been using this, I've tried to use like other mascaras, like just regular mascaras. I've gotten so comfortable with using smaller wands, and I tried to go in just with this the other day on my bottom lashes. You guys, I got it everywhere. Like, I don't know what happened. I just got too comfortable using such a small wand, so I've been loving that, and I have repurchased it twice now, so that says something as well. So if you guys know me, you know that I rarely do any sort of bold brow look. It's usually something fluffy and soft. And to achieve that, you need a good brow gel. Like, I'll be honest with you, I've tried a lot of brow gels, and, you know, I like put it on and it looks great at first, and I'm super excited and amped about it. But then halfway through the day, your brows are not looking fluffy. They're just not. You know what I mean? And I feel like that is the struggle of a brow gel. Like, they look great at first, but then it just falls. I'm never as happy with it at the end of the day that I was at the start of the day. So I found a solution. NudeStix Brow Gel, you guys. Amazing. It is like super glue for your brows, but it's not hard to remove at the end of the day. Don't worry, you're not going to be ripping out your brow hair. I actually bought this because Kathleen Lights said it was amazing. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I like Kathleen Lights brows. I'm going to go for it. I bought it and I've repurchased it. This is my second tube. See? Old tube, new tube. The only thing that I'm not, you know, super happy about with NudeStix is that it comes with a pencil. Comes with this pencil on the other side. I used it on my old one. Not a super fan of the pencil, so I really wish they would just make the brow gel separate, you know, especially because I also feel like the pencil's taking up half of this, so you don't get as much brow gel, and you kind of pay for both, and so it's just like, it's kind of a waste in my opinion. I really hope that they release it separately in the future. But if you guys want fluffy brows, NudeStix, do it. Trust me, you'll love it. You guys, I forgot an eyeshadow that I've been loving. It's just a single eyeshadow from ColourPop. It is the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. This one right here in Twitter Pated. So this is like a stunning eyeshadow, and I'll actually use it paired with my Huda new Nude palette for like an all over lid color, Or I'll even just do this color and then mascara and that's it. Like nothing in the crease, nothing in the outer corner, and I love the way it looks. So let me show you. Okay, so I don't know, it never looks as beautiful on camera, but it's like this pink kind of color and it's got like gold glitters in it. You guys, it's just so pretty. I hope that the camera is picking it up. I really, really like that eyeshadow. Along with, honestly, all of the ColourPop Super Shock shadows, they're just... ColourPop is doing something right, you guys. Like, yeah, I really, really like them. Okay, moving right along to some more face goodies. And then I have some, like, nighttime skincare favorites. I did my like daytime. Now I have some nighttime ones as well, but let's do the face first. So if you guys didn't know, I am such a bronzer and like face palettes and like highlights and blush kind of girl. I used to think that I was like an eyeshadow type of person. Like I would just get every eyeshadow palette and, you know, I would collect them and all that. But like, if you guys saw my bronzer drawer, I think you would faint. Like, honestly, like just keeping it real here, I have way too many bronzers. There's no way I'm going to use them all. And once again, I have bought more and tried them and fallen in love. So let's talk about it. First, let's do contour. I'm a contour fiend too. Bronzers and contours, they just go hand in hand. Dior Backstage Contour Palette. Just this shade. Just this. Yeah. Is it worth it for me to buy the entire palette just for that one shade? Absolutely not. Dior is expensive. But did I buy it anyways? Yeah, I did. And you can see quite the dent in there too. So I have been loving that for contour. I just feel like it's a good shade match for me. It's not too orange, which I feel like is hard to find for fair skin. Like I'm very fair. So I don't want it to be too orange on me, and I feel like that one is just, it's the perfect tone. Okay, so that's what it looks like on my finger. Like I feel like it's like a true neutral brown on me. Part of the reason why I buy so many bronzers and contours is because I have a tough time with getting the right tone on me, and so I'll buy it, I'll try it out, I won't necessarily love it, and I'll toss it aside and I'll buy more. So that's, I think, why my bronzer collection and contour collection has grown so much. Should I have returned most of the bronzers that I didn't like? Yeah, probably, but I didn't, so here we are. Love the Dior Backstage Contour Palette, specifically for the contour light shade. And I don't actually know, maybe they make them separate. I'm gonna have to look into that, because if they do, I'm just gonna be purchasing it separately once I run out. Next bronzer that I've been loving is this one from MAC. This one was a limited edition, and this is in Serenity Seeker, and it is from their Electric Wonder collection. And this is what she looks like. So if you can't see on camera, it's got kind of some like pink tones swirled throughout it. It's got some gold in it. It looks sparkly in like the pan, but once you put it on your face, it's not sparkly. It just gives like a glowy, like dewy, fresh bronzer. And once again, it's such a good color for fair skin. If you're wanting a bronzer that is not dewy and it is completely matte, you guys, I've been loving the Kylie one. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I went to Ulta in the States recently, and I picked it up. And this is what it looks like. Once again, it is a beautiful color for fair skin, and mine is in the shade Tequila Tan. I don't think that's the lightest one she has, but it's stunning. Like, and I like the formula of it too. Like, it blends out really beautifully. I haven't had any issues with it being patchy or anything like that. And mainly, I just like the color of it, so I use it. Next. Blush, another one from MAC, you guys. I feel like I have a lot of MAC favorites for some reason. I actually bought this quite a while ago. This is the mineralized blush in Gentle, and it's just a really pretty color, and I feel like it pairs really beautifully with the Huda Nude, so like, you know, had to get those together. But I really like the MAC mineralized blushes in general, just because they do have that like dewy kind of sheen, gorgeous, stunning vibe. And I'm all about dewy skin. And I mean, I have dry skin, so love that. Next, the Benefit Cheek Leaders palette. I'm obsessed with it. They have their like larger palettes. This one is like a mini version, which was limited edition, but the color that I'm going to be talking about, you can get in a separate pan now. So that's amazing. Cookie highlighter. Amazing. So you can actually get all of these separate. Hoola bronzer, classic bronzer. I like it. It's not my favorite. I do use it occasionally. And then they also have their Gold Rush blush, which is like a dewy kind of peachy pink blush. But the star of the show, you guys, is Cookie Highlight. I have been obsessed with this. I cannot get enough. It's what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. For a powder highlight, I think it's amazing. Like, okay, cut it out right now. Go home. Every other highlighter, we don't need it. We just don't. You guys, it's just so pretty. I feel like my camera, you know, it never does it justice. You need to see it in person, honestly. And if you wet it, oh, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. It's stunning. Okay, what should we do now? Let's do lips. I feel like we're there now. Let's do lips. So, on my no makeup days or my days off, I have been really loving the Clarins lip oil. And this one is the honey one. It smells so good. And can we talk about how luxurious and like big this wand is? It just kind of like, it hugs your lips. It just, it feels so good. And it does really, really hydrate. And for being a lip oil, it's quite a thick consistency, but I kind of like that because it's almost feeling like a lip mask, but it does sink into the lips really beautifully. So I've been loving that. And here's my lip favorites. So we've got the Hourglass Confession lipstick in the shade My One Desire. It's just this beautiful pink color. Like that. That's what I have on my lips today as well. I adore this lipstick, but I'm very angry at Hourglass because they only released this lipstick at holiday, and it is a really thin, tiny tube, so you don't get much to last you throughout the entire year. So I purchased 2 last Christmas. I'm on to my second one. That's how much I have left. And I'm very worried because, as you know, Christmas is coming. A lot of brands have released their new sets and new collections and holiday things. So did Hourglass. And did I see My One Desire? No, I didn't. They changed it. So I'm very upset. And I will now be searching for colors that look similar to this. If you guys have recommendations for me, I'm all ears. Please tell me about it. I want to know. Do you have lipsticks that look exactly like this color? In all honesty, like, I do want to know if you guys have any recommendations for good pinky nude lipsticks that are like a satin finish, because I'm gonna need more. Next, I have the Marc Jacobs lip gloss sticks. So these aren't the traditional lip glosses, they're the stick format. So you just pull the top off like that. I love these, both of these. This formula is amazing, super glossy. It still lasts on the lips quite a while for being a gloss, which I think is fantastic. Like, who wouldn't want that? And yeah, it's just like a twist up, and then you just kind of apply it on. This is pretty close to the color. It's a little bit more purple, so don't you go tell me that in the comments that just this is the color, because it's not. Okay. But yes, so these colors I have, One Mauve Time and Sugar Sugar. Love them. I actually super love layering Sugar Sugar and this together. So I'll do the Hourglass Confession lipstick and then put Sugar Sugar on top for some extra hydration. And it also just kind of lightens the color just a smidge. So I've been loving that. Let's talk about nighttime skincare. I purchased the Physicians Formula. What's this called? Skin Booster Vitamin Shot. And this is the hydrating one. They have like a brightening one, I think like an anti-aging one as well. But I purchased the hydrating one. And I really like it. Like, it feels really, really nice. I've kind of been using that as my serum because I did run out of my Caudalie Source serum, which is expensive and I didn't want to repurchase it. So I've been using this and I really like it. Then I'll go on top with my Fresh Lotus Youth Preserve face cream, which is like a thicker, heavier cream. I especially like heavy creams for nighttime. I like that feeling. And it has all night to kind of soak into the skin. And I just love that cream. And if you guys haven't smelled like Fresh products, it smells so good. I love it. And for my eye cream, I've also been liking the Physicians Formula one. This is the Physicians Formula Rose All Day to Night Eye Cream. So I guess it is a day eye cream and a night eye cream, but I use it at night in particular just because it is a little bit of a thicker consistency. Once again, I like my rich, thick consistencies at night. So that's that. Okay, you guys, we are almost done here. So at nighttime, I also really have been loving using my Caudalie Beauty Elixir. I just spray this on top of everything. Super refreshing. It's got mint in it, which I find is like nice and cooling. I was particularly loving that more so in the summer, but I'm still using it. I mean, as you can see, I just have a little bit left. But yeah, if you haven't tried that from Caudalie, I think you'll really like it because it's got like a cooling sensation. It's also supposed to reduce the size of your pores, which I like can't complain. Also, Beyonce uses it, so you should too. Since I've been lightening my hair quite a bit recently, I've gone a lot lighter than I have in the past. I've been using the AG Sterling Silver shampoo, which just helps like tone and keep everything nice and blonde and less like brassy toned, which I feel like my hair just has a tendency to like want to be brassy. So this is what I've been using, and it's been a while since I've had a touch up, and I think that my hair still looks pretty good. Definitely still more of a cool tone, which is exactly what I want, so I'll use that. And then to kind of help with the brassiness even more, I've got this guy from Eva NYC, which I actually purchased this at Winners, but it is a purple leave-in foam, and it doesn't add any kind of texture or hold or anything to your hair other than the fact that it's just a purple foam. It doesn't have any purpose aside from toning your hair, which I love. So I'll keep my hair looking nice and fresh. And my last favorite has been the Batiste Dry Shampoo, which I feel like everyone talks about. Mine is completely empty. I used some of it today, but I had to go in with a different one because I ran out completely. But this is just the original clean scent, which I like. Yeah, it just works great for me. And, you know, when you don't shower every day, it's necessary. Okay, so last thing that I have to tell you guys about is actually a food favorite. So these guys right here, my husband and I got these at Costco, and these are the Chalk XO. I believe that's the brand, this right here. And they are dark chocolate almond butter cups. And they are gluten-free, which if you guys didn't know, I am gluten-free, so I'm always looking for that tag on bags, and that one is, and I really like them. They are a dark chocolate, so it's not super sweet, and no, it's not peanut butter, it's almond butter, so it's like a little twist on a peanut butter cup, but I really like them when I'm craving something sweet, and they do the trick just fine. I mean, if you're trying to be a little bit healthier, they're like perfect for that. So yeah, I feel like they're a good alternative to like a normal like Reese's Pieces peanut butter cup or something like that, and I've eaten a lot of them this month. Which is not the best, but whatever, it is what it is. I think that's basically it, you guys. That was all of the things I have been loving in the month of September. And if there is any favorites of your guys's that I missed, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what you guys have been loving, and you know, that'll just give me more incentive to buy things, which I don't need. And if you recommend bronzers, I swear, you guys, I'm gonna have to get a whole other drawer for my bronzers just because there's too many of them. At any rate, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing before you leave, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye! I've got glitter everywhere. I'm getting a phone call. Sorry, Kristen. It is like super glue for your lashes. Next, I have the Marc Jacobs, wow, I have to get my together, Emma. I purchased. Who am I?